Okay. Take number God knows what. This is G.W. Bush's book, Decision Points, and this is the chapter 5, Day of Fire. It is his reflection on what he felt, apparently, during his being informed about the World Trade Centers towers being destroyed. And this is to answer some questions for those folks that wanted to know what this man was thinking. So everything was going pretty normal. He woke up, took a jog, drove the Secret Service nuts because he's jogging in the dark. Suspected case of mad cow disease in Japan. Presidential briefing. Covered China, Russia, and, well, I guess I read that backwards. Russia, China, and the Palestinian uprising in the West Bank and the Gaza Strip. Just to let you know, that's been going on for a long time for you younger folk. Karl Rove mentioned that an airplane had crashed into the World Trade Center. And this is when he was on his way into the Emma E. Booker Elementary School. So he thought it sounded strange. He envisioned a little propeller plane, horribly lost. Then Condi called. I spoke to her from a secure phone in a classroom, Bush says, that had been converted into a communication center for the traveling White House staff. She told me the plane had just struck the Trade Center tower was not a light aircraft. It was a commercial jetliner. I was stunned, he says. That plane must have had the worst pilot in the world. Get my tag out of the way here. So, yeah, he was amazed at how could somebody have possibly flown into a skyscraper on a clear day? Maybe that was a medical condition. We go ahead and come down on here, and this is the part that everybody saw on TV. Andy Card pressed his head next to mine and whispered in my ear. A second plane hit the tower, he said, pronouncing each word deliberately in his Massachusetts accent. America is under attack. First reaction was outrage. Thought about the contrast between brutality of the attackers and the innocence of those children. Instinct kicked in. He knew his reaction would be recorded and beamed throughout the world because he saw the reporter sitting at the back of the room. The nation would be in shock. The president could not be. He felt that if he stormed out hastily, it would scare the children and send ripples of panic throughout the country. Right there, that's a direct answer to a question that I heard of, proposal of what somebody else would have done in his stead if they had have gotten the news. So, right there, he's concerned about image, optics, and thought that telling the children that he had big presidential stuff to do because he's a president would scare the children. So Ari Fleischer positioned himself between the reporters and the president. Bush says he held up a sign that read, "Don't say anything yet." I didn't plan to. I had settled on a plan of action. When the lesson ended, I would leave the classroom calmly, gather facts, and speak to the nation. After about 7 minutes after Andy entered the classroom, I returned to the hold room, into which someone had wheeled a television. I watched in horror as the footage of the second plane hitting the South Tower replayed in slow motion. And we've seen all of that several times. But, so there he goes ahead and he winds up breaking it to the people. But there you go. That's what Bush thought, apparently, during that time that he was having a secret discussion given to him by Andy Card. All right. I hope that answers people's questions. Have a good night.